Hello, today I'm going to show you how to set up your home page. Now I'm going to give you a basic template that you can follow over several videos, but this template will give you a basic format that you can utilize for your rest of your website. Now if you're having problems understanding HTML, which is completely normal, this is essentially like a different language you're learning, so it's going to take some time for it to click for some of you. Go ahead and follow along with what I'm going to show you, and it will hopefully make some sense as we move forward. So the first thing we need to do is add our basic scripts. So we need to open HTML. We need to open the head. We need to close. Oh, I misspelled head. H-E-A-D. We need to close the head. We need to open the body tag, and we need to close the body tag. Now, if you notice, it sort of auto aligns everything to keep everything in line. And after the body tag, we need to close HTML, the HTML tag. There you go. Now, we need to go inside the head, and we need to add the title for our website. Remember, this is not going to be shown. This is something that the web browser uses and search engines use. So we need to add title. This is not going to be shown down at the bottom now. It will just be up here. And I'm going to call this my website, web page template. And then I'm going to close, Control Z. I'm going to then close my title tag. There you go. Now I have notes on how to add it, where you make the table scene, but we'll come back to that later. I'm just going to get some basic things down. Now we don't add anything right now in here. We're just going to go into the body. Remember, the body, between the body tags, open body tag and close body tag, is where everything's that will be seen down here should be placed. Now, if you make mistakes and place things in other places, it might show down here, but that's because this software will do its best to make things show that they believe should be shown, but it's not programmed correctly. So we need to go in, and first thing I'm going to do is add a table. I'm going to put everything in my table. So I want to add my logo and my table in the same row. So I'm going to open a table. So I'm going to create a table tag. And then I'm going to, just for ease, I'm going to then come down here and do a close table tag. And then the first thing you do is, inside tables there are rows, and inside rows there are cells. So the first thing I need to do is add a row, for TR for row. I'm going to close my TR. I'm going to delete that. Ooh. Now inside rows there are cells. So it's like, if this is the bookcase, the outside of the bookcase, and these are the rows that are inside the bookcase. The cells are like the little books, or like the little IKEA shelves with the squares. That's what the cells are. Now, a cell is a TD. Okay. And then inside here, I'm going to add a paragraph just for normal text, P. I'm going to open my P. And then I'm going to add logo. So where I'll put my logo. And then I'm going to then close that cell, because I opened a cell here. I have to make sure I close the cell when I'm finished with it. So TD/TD. Now I'm not done with this row. I want to add another cell, another cell on this row for my title. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to add another cell, which is open tag TD. So that's my open tag for my cell. And I'm going to put my close tag TD. just to make life easy so we don't forget. And then in between, I'm going to add an H1 heading. Remember, the H1 is the biggest. So I can come in here and hit H1, open the H1 tag, and I'm going to put website, I typed it correctly, web page template. And I'm going to, since I open my H1 tag, I have to close the H1 tag. And if you don't know, click here. It'll show you. See, my body tag is closed here. My table tag is closed here. This TR is here. TD is here. Yeah, see, you can kind of just click on it and to see very visually if you have closed it. Now, so I have this here. Now, this is my first row. I'm going to add another. I've closed this row. I'm going to add another row. Open tag for. There's my row. So I'm opening another row. Which, remember, this row is closed here, so I have one row. This is my second row inside the table. So it's basically we have a bookshelf with 2 rows in it. And I'm going to do TR /TR to close the row. And I'm going to back it up because I'm trying to keep everything aligned nice and neat. And in this row, I'm going to add several cells that are links. So I'm going to add 5 links. Let's just say here. So I'm going to do something quick and easy. So I'm going to open a cell, TD, close that. And I'm going to come over here and say close one cell, TD. Now I want, this is one iteration. I'm going to make 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? And in between here, I'm going to add a, let's do a real small one. I'm going to do an H. I'm going to open an H6. Because remember, H6s are smaller than paragraph. And I'm going to call this one link 1. And I'm going to close my H6. There you go. And then I'm going to come in here. And in between each one of these, after each TD, I'm going to hit enter. 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 And enter. Now you could have easily typed all of this and pasted these if you really wanted to. That might be the easier way to go about it. But I'm going to change this to, I made a mistake here. This should go in here, and this should go in here, and this should be 2. And this should be 3. And this should be 4. And this should be 5. Ooh, sorry. So I'm sorry. I put H1 instead of H6. That's my fault. Wow, I'm making a lot of mistakes in this video. And this is to show you know how many times you do this. You always have to go back and make sure you don't make mistakes. And then what was doing is those mistakes were making everything really big. And web, PAGE. There we go. Now, if you notice everything doesn't line up like it should, and we'll fix this in a future video, but I wanted to get this basic out to you. We have 1 table, 2 rows, 5 links, a logo, and a page, or website title. So this should get you started, and we'll come back and fix it to make it look the way we want it to look.